Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Sunday episode of Ted's Be Son with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It's currently 4:30 on the 26th of September 2021, and I'm looking a little bit less tired today because, I don't know, obviously not last night, but the night before I just didn't get a lot of sleep, and I was just not really stressed out recently, so that's probably why I look so, not great in yesterday's episode, so I'm feeling a little bit better, so I want to reassure you of all of that. But today we're going to be taking a look at a brewery we reviewed a drink from recently. Now, you guys might remember from one of the drinks I reviewed from the Beer Shop London gift bag that my brother and his wife got me, that one of the drinks I reviewed was a really, really good orange ghost beer by Põhjala, who are this really nice, interesting little craft brewery. And today we're going to be taking a look at another one of their drinks, and this is going to be something that's a little bit more contemporary for them, but still something that's interesting enough, and I think that you guys are going to be interested in it. So this is their Virmalised IPA. Simple, to the point, you know what you're getting in for. It's just a standardised IPA. So it says here on the back, it's a powerful IPA with a citrus kick. Virmalised uses a blend of hops including Citra and Azacca, so I'm thinking it might be kind of the same kind of Citra, bitter, citron kind of flavour of the IPA we reviewed yesterday, perhaps probably a little bit more balanced out with slightly more papyri flavours. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I was going to read the rest of the blurb, but then I realised the rest of it I think is in Dutch. No, it's Estonian, because Põhjala is Estonian. Why did I forget that? Anyway, this was £3.69 from the Wine Barrel on Western Road in Hove, so that's £3.69 for this little number from that place. So if you want to check out Pohjala's website or the Wine Barrel in Western Road in Hove, then by all means feel free to do so. I thoroughly recommend it. But yeah, again, as with the blood orange, it wasn't blood orange, was it? It was the standard orange Ghosts. I do really like just this pure simplicity of this drink. You don't get a full image of like what you're getting in for with the packaging, but you get a rough idea of what kind of thing you're getting in for, of a very artistic kind of way. And just the simple use of colours and writing is just refreshing. It's simple, and it doesn't like try to artsy it up too much. So I like the design of the can. It could be a bit more expressive, but it is nice. So I'll give it a good solid 8 out of 10. But we'll have ourselves a quick snifter, see what our first impressions are like. Most of the drinks we've reviewed recently have been pretty good, actually. I think that Bloody Mary canned thing from Unknown Pleasures, that was the only really genuinely bad drink we've reviewed recently, which was horrendous. So see what this is like. Yeah, quite more like candified sort of citron rinds, actually, with a bit of a papyriness, but yeah, it's sort of like icy papyriness with a sort of like slight bit of like kind of grapefruit rind, I think. So it's an interesting mix of flavours, but it's quite a subdued smell. Like there's smells there that mix well together, but they don't overstay their welcome too much, and the smell is quite mild. So I wish there was more of it, but again, I've definitely smelled drinks that have smelled worse, so I'll give that a solid 7 out of 10. But anyway, we'll have ourselves a quick palate cleanser of water first. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So to everyone at home, bottoms up. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. You know, sometimes when I go for an IPA, I want something that's a bit expressive and, you know, open to sort of trying out something that might not necessarily work, but at least they've tried. That's what I respect about a large part of the craft, alcohol community, is that it will try things that are a little bit out there and a little bit confusing and weird. A lot of the time it doesn't work, but sometimes, it does, and that's worth trying some experimentation to get that possibility of something that does work in that way. This is just a straight up standard IPA, but sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes just going for something really simple, like a Citron IPA with a slight papaya-y aftertaste. Sometimes you don't want more than that. Sometimes you just want something simple, and that's what this is. This is a simple IPA with simple flavours and a simple concept. It just uses a couple of different types of hops. It blends them together smoothly. There's not too much of a fizz. There's not too much of a muddying of the flavours at the end. And there is a tiny bit of a bitter kick at the end, which I know puts some people off. But then again, it's an IPA. You're probably going to get that anyway. But that's quite subdued here. And in fact, it's actually, there is a little bit of it there, but it's like very mellow and smoothed out. So the implementation of it into the rest of the flavour is actually very, not subdued, but very mellow, I guess you could say, and very sort of like seamlessly blended in. But yeah, the flavours that are here, there's not a wide variation of flavours, but what is there is simple, it's palatable, and you know what you're getting into. It's not a complicated beer, but that's not necessarily a bad thing either, and I think that generally speaking, this is one of the best IPAs that I've had, well, ever. Really, I really like this. I think it's a really solid IPA, and it's a great entry point for first-time IPA drinkers. I think possibly I think there are probably like IPAs I might have liked more, but I think if you were to pick one that you were starting to get into for the first time with IPAs as a general concept, then I would probably pick either the Dirty IPA by Tiny Rebel, the Citra IPA by Open Gate Brewery, the people who do Guinness, and this is a solid IPA as you're ever going to get, and it's a really good entry point into the craft beer section. I just wish there was slightly fuller body to the main sort of chunk of the flavour, and the beginning of the flavour is a little bit bland, but those are very minor critiques, and really it just needs a bit of a fuller body of flavour with like maybe a little bit more Citra hops, and maybe like a tiny like half a gram of like some other kind of hops, just to give it a bit of tang in the undertone. But generally speaking, really solid, well worth $3.69, and I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Fantastic stuff. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you didn't, then don't feel like you have to, and just let me know what you didn't like. On top of that, if you have any agreements or disagreements with my ratings in this video, or you want to suggest anything else for future reviews of this show, then please leave those ideas in the comment section down below. And if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take a moss with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits. I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.